You know, I've often said that life is a funny thing. It's not about the cards you're dealt, but how you play the hand. And today I want to share with you 3 magic steps that can help you reshape your reality. Create the life you have always dreamed of and become the person you were meant to be. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Now, I'm not talking about some mystical hocus pocus or get-rich-quick scheme. Now, what I'm about to share with you is far more powerful, far more transformative than any of that. These are the 3 steps that have helped countless individuals turn their lives around, achieve their wildest dreams, and leave a lasting impact on the world. Step 1, imagination, the seed of all creation. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly let your imagination run wild? When did you last dream so big it scared you a little? You see, imagination is the starting point of all achievement. It's the spark that ignites the fire of possibility. Imagination is so powerful, almost real. In fact, I'd argue that it's the most real thing we possess. Everything you see around you, the buildings, the cars, the technology, all of it started as a figment of someone's imagination. Someone dared to dream it before it became a reality. Think about the Wright brothers for a moment. Before they ever took to the skies, they had to imagine human flight. They had to see it in their mind's eye, feel the wind rushing past their faces, hear the hum of the engines. Their imagination was so vivid, so real, that it drove them to keep pushing, keep trying, even when everyone else said it was impossible. That's the power of imagination. It's not just daydreaming or wishful thinking, it's the blueprint for your future. It's the canvas on which you paint your life's masterpiece. But here's the kicker, your imagination doesn't discriminate. It doesn't know the difference between what society deems possible or impossible. It doesn't care about your current circumstances or past failures. Your imagination is a blank check waiting for you to fill in the amount. So I challenge you today to dare to imagine, dream bigger than you ever have before. See yourself living the life you truly desire. Feel the emotions of achieving your goals as if they've already happened. Make it so real in your mind that you can taste it, touch it, smell it. Remember, everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. Your imagination is the first creation. It's where you plant the seeds of your future success. But imagination alone isn't enough. That's where our second magic step comes in. Step 2, faith-ethy bridge between imagination and reality. Now, when I say faith, I'm not necessarily talking about religious faith, although that can certainly be a part of it for some. I'm talking about an unshakable belief in yourself and your vision. Faith is the fuel that powers your journey from imagination to reality. Faith is so close to real, unbelievable. It's what keeps you going when logic says you should quit. It's what helps you take that first step even when you can't see the whole staircase. Faith is the North Star that guides you through the stormy seas of doubt and uncertainty. Let me tell you a story. Back in the day, I knew a young man who came from nothing. He had no money, no connections, and barely a high school education. But he had 2 things in abundance: imagination and faith. He imagined a better life for himself and his family. And he had faith, unwavering, unshakable faith that he could make it happen. This young man started small, selling products door to door. Most people would have given up after the first few rejections, but not him. His faith kept him going. He believed in his vision so strongly that rejection couldn't deter him. He saw now it's one step closer to oases. Fast forward a few years. And this same man had built a multi-million-dollar business. He went from living in a small apartment to owning multiple homes, from struggling to put food on the table to being able to help others in need. All because he had faith in his vision. You see, faith is the bridge that connects your present reality to your imagined future. It's what allows you to keep moving forward even when you can't see the path ahead. Faith is the voice that whispers you can do this when everyone else is shouting it's impossible. But here's the thing about faith. It's not passive. It's not about sitting back and waiting for miracles to happen. True faith is active. It propels you into action. And that brings us to our third and final magic step. Step 3, action, the muscle that produces reality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where dreams become reality. Action is the muscle that turns imagination and faith into tangible results. You can have the most vivid imagination in the world. You can have faith that moves mountains. But without action, they're just pleasant thoughts. Action is responsible for all reality. Think about it. The greatest ideas in history remain just that, ideas, until someone took action. The light bulb was just a concept until Thomas Edison put in the work to make it a reality. The personal computer was just a dream until Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started tinkering in that famous garage. Action is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. It's what turns what if into. What is it? It's the difference between saying, I wish I could, and I'm glad I did. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if I fail? Well, let me tell you something. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every action you take, whether it leads to immediate success or not, is a step forward. It's a lesson learned, an experience gained, a muscle strengthened. I remember when I first started out in business, I made mistakes. I faced setbacks. There were days when I wondered if I was on the right path. But I kept taking action. I kept moving forward. And you know, those failures, those setbacks, they were the best teachers I ever had. They taught me resilience, creativity, and perseverance. Action breeds confidence and growth. The more you do, the more you'll believe you can do. It's a beautiful cycle. Action reinforces your faith, which fuels more action, which produces results, which strengthens your faith even more. But here's the key. You have to start. You have to take that first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be a start. Remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Start small if you need to. Want to write a book? Start with a page a day. Want to run a marathon? Begin with a walk around the block. Want to start a business? Make your first sale, even if it's to your neighbor. The important thing is to start and then to keep going. Consistency is key. Small actions performed consistently over time lead to massive results. Now let's put it all together. Imagination, faith, and action. These are the 3 magic steps to produce reality. They work in harmony, each one amplifying the others. Imagination gives you the vision. It shows you what's possible. It paints the picture of your ideal future. Faith gives you the courage to pursue that vision. It keeps you going when times get tough. It's the unwavering belief that you can achieve what you've imagined. Action turns that vision into reality. It's the bridge between your dreams and your achievements. It's what makes the imaginary tangible. But here's the beautiful thing. These steps aren't linear. They feed into each other. The more action you take, the stronger your faith becomes. The stronger your faith, the more vivid your imagination. The more vivid your imagination, the more inspired your actions. It's a virtuous cycle that, once set in motion, can completely transform your life. So let me ask you, what reality do you want to produce? What dreams are stirring in your imagination? What goals are you nurturing faith for? And most importantly, what actions are you taking to make them a reality? Remember, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and have the courage to pursue them. It belongs to those who understand that success is not about resources, but about resourcefulness. It's not about where you start, but where you're determined to go. You have within you right now everything you need to achieve everything you've ever wanted. You have the power of imagination to dream big. You have the capacity for faith to believe in those dreams. And you have the ability to take action to make those dreams a reality. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you have it all figured out. Start now. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Imagine your ideal life with crystal clarity. Cultivate an unshakable faith in your ability to achieve it. And then, my friends, take massive action to make it happen. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. It's waiting for you to share your unique gifts, to pursue your passions, to make a difference. Don't let it wait any longer. Embrace the power of imagination. Nurture the strength of faith and unleash the force of action. These are your 3 magic steps to produce the reality you desire and deserve. Remember, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. So go out there and create the life you've always dreamed of. Your future self will thank you for it. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today. Imagine, believe, act, and watch as your reality transforms before your very eyes. Thank you. And remember, the best is yet to come. You know, as I stand here today, I can't help but think about the incredible power we all possess. The power to shape our lives, to influence our circumstances, and to create our own realities. It's a power that's often overlooked, frequently underestimated, but always present. And it all starts with these 3 magic steps we've been discussing. Let's dive a little deeper into each of these steps, shall we? Because understanding them fully is the key to unlocking their true potential in your life. First, let's talk more about imagination. Imagination is not just for children or artists. It's a vital tool for anyone who wants to create change in their life. Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world." And he was right. You see, imagination allows us to break free from the constraints of our current reality. It enables us to envision possibilities that don't yet exist. It's like having a mental playground where we can test out ideas, explore new concepts, and dream up innovative solutions. Think about some of the greatest inventions in history. The telephone, the airplane, the computer. All these started as figments of someone's imagination. Alexander Graham Bell imagined a world where people could communicate instantly across vast distances. The Wright brothers imagined humans soaring through the sky like birds. Steve Jobs imagined a computer that could fit in the palm of your hand. These weren't just idle daydreams. They were powerful visions that eventually reshaped our world. And you have that same power within you. Your imagination is a tool for creating the future you desire. So I challenge you to flex your imagination muscle. Start small if you need to. Imagine a better version of your day-to-day life. What would it look like if you were living your ideal life? What would you be doing? How would you feel? Who would you be spending time with? Make it as vivid and detailed as possible. Then gradually expand your vision. Imagine your ideal career, your dream relationship, your perfect state of health. Don't limit yourself based on what seems realistic or practical. Remember, your imagination doesn't know these limitations. It's a realm of pure possibility. The more you practice using your imagination, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more powerful it gets. So make it a daily habit to spend some time in this realm of imagination. Let your mind wander, explore, and create. You might be surprised at the ideas and insights that come to you. Now let's move on to our second magic step. Faith. Faith is the bridge that connects your imagination to reality. It's what allows you to believe in your vision even when you can't yet see the results. Faith is not about blind optimism or wishful thinking. It's a deep-seated belief in yourself and your abilities. It's the confidence to say, I can do this even when faced with challenges and setbacks. You see, faith is what keeps you going when the going gets tough. It's what helps you persist in the face of obstacles. It's what allows you to bounce back from failures and keep pushing forward. Think about some of the most successful people in history. They all faced setbacks, challenges, and failures. But what set them apart was their unwavering faith in their vision and their abilities. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb. But he didn't see these as failures. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's faith in action. Or consider Colonel Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Did you know he was 65 years old when he started his business? He traveled across the country, sleeping in his car, facing rejection after rejection, but he had faith in his recipe and his vision. That faith kept him going until he finally found success. These stories aren't unique. They're replicated in the lives of countless successful individuals. The common thread, unwavering faith. So how do you cultivate this kind of faith? It starts with believing in yourself. Recognize your strengths, your skills, your unique talents. Acknowledge your past successes, no matter how small they might seem. These are all evidence of your capabilities. Next, surround yourself with positivity. Read inspiring books. Listen to motivational talks. Spend time with people who believe in you and support your dreams. Your environment has a profound impact on your beliefs. So make sure it's nurturing your faith, not undermining it. And perhaps most importantly, practice self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself are incredibly powerful. Make sure you're speaking to yourself with encouragement and belief. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I'm learning how to do this." Instead of "this is too hard," say, "this is challenging, but I'm up for it." Remember, faith is a choice. You can choose to believe in yourself and your vision, or you can choose to doubt. The choice is yours, but I can tell you from experience, choosing faith will take you much further in life. Now, let's talk about our third magic step, action. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where dreams become reality. Action is the muscle that produces tangible results in your life. You see, imagination without action is just daydreaming. Faith without action is just wishful thinking. It's action that brings your dreams to life. It's action that turns your beliefs into reality. Now, I know taking action can be scary. It means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means risking failure. It means putting yourself out there. But here's the truth. Nothing great was ever achieved by staying in your comfort zone. Every successful person you admire had to take that first scary step. They had to face their fears, push through their doubts, and take action despite uncertainty. And you know what? So do you. But here's the good news. Action becomes easier with practice. The more you do it, the less scary it becomes. In fact, it can become exhilarating. There's a certain thrill in taking action towards your dreams, in seeing your vision slowly come to life. So how do you become a person of action? It starts with setting clear, specific goals. Your imagination has given you a vision. Now break that vision down into concrete, actionable steps. What's the first thing you need to do to move towards your dream? What's the next step after that? Then create a plan. Map out the actions you need to take. Set deadlines for yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. But don't get caught up in trying to plan everything perfectly. Sometimes you just need to start. Take that first step, even if you're not sure of all the steps that will follow. As you take action, you'll gain clarity. You'll learn what works and what doesn't. You'll discover opportunities you couldn't have foreseen. And here's a crucial point. Don't wait for motivation to strike before you take action. Action often comes before motivation. When you start doing something, even if you don't feel like it at first, the motivation often follows. It's like pushing a car. It's hardest to get it moving, but once it's rolling, it becomes much easier. Now, as you take action, remember this: failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Every failure is just feedback. It's information you can use to adjust your approach, refine your strategy, and get closer to your goal. Thomas Edison didn't fail 10,000 times. He successfully discovered 10,000 ways that didn't work. Each failure brought him closer to success. Adopt this mindset. Embrace your failures as learning opportunities. Let them refine you, not define you. And remember, consistency is key when it comes to action. It's not about making huge leaps every day. It's about taking small steps consistently. It's about making progress, not achieving perfection. Think about building a house. You don't build it all at once. You lay one brick at a time. But if you lay each brick perfectly, eventually you'll have a strong, beautiful house. The same principle applies to achieving your goals. Consistent, imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. Now, let's talk about how these three magic steps, imagination, faith, and action, work together to produce reality. Imagine you're standing at the foot of a mountain. Your imagination is what allows you to see yourself at the summit. It paints a vivid picture of the view from the top, the sense of accomplishment you'll feel, the memories you'll create along the way. Faith is what gives you the courage to start climbing. It's the belief that you have what it takes to reach the top, even when the path looks steep and treacherous. It's what keeps you going when your muscles ache and your breath comes short. Action is the actual climbing. It's putting one foot in front of the other, day after day. It's the sweat, the struggle, the perseverance. It's what actually moves you from the bottom to the top. You need all three to reach the summit. Imagination without faith or action leaves you standing at the bottom, dreaming but never moving. Faith without imagination or action is like believing you can reach a summit you can't even envision. And action without imagination or faith is aimless wandering. You might be moving, but you're not sure where you're going or why. But when you combine all three, that's when magic happens. That's when you transform your life. That's when you produce a new reality. Let me share a personal story with you. Years ago, I was just a farm boy from Idaho. I didn't have much in terms of material possessions or opportunities. But I had these three things: imagination, faith, and a willingness to take action. I imagined a life beyond the farm. I imagined myself as a successful businessman, a speaker, an author. I imagined impacting lives and leaving a legacy. I had faith that I could make it happen, even when others doubted. Even when circumstances seemed bleak, I believed in myself and my vision. And I took action. I started small, working on my personal development, reading books, attending seminars. I sought out mentors. I took every opportunity to learn and grow. It wasn't always easy. There were setbacks, failures, moments of doubt, but I kept imagining, believing, and acting. And gradually, step by step, that reality I had imagined began to take shape. Now, I'm not sharing this to boast. I'm sharing this because I want you to understand, if a farm boy from Idaho can do it, so can you. You have the same tools at your disposal. You have the power of imagination. You have the capacity for faith. You have the ability to take action. The question is, are you using them? Are you harnessing the full power of these three magic steps? Ask yourself, what am I imagining for my life? Is my vision big enough? Am I dreaming boldly enough? Do I truly believe in myself and my ability to achieve my dreams? Am I nurturing my faith or allowing doubt to creep in? Am I taking consistent action towards my goals? Am I moving forward every day, even if it's just a small step? You see, success is not an event. It's not something that happens overnight. Success is a process. It's the result of consistently applying these three magic steps: imagination, faith, and action. It's about waking up every day and choosing to imagine a better future. It's about nurturing your faith even when circumstances try to shake it. It's about taking action even when you don't feel like it. And here's the beautiful thing. As you apply these steps, they become habits. Imagining becomes second nature. Faith becomes unshakable. Taking action becomes automatic. You become unstoppable. But it all starts with a choice. Your choice, right here, right now. Will you choose to harness the power of your imagination Will you choose to cultivate unwavering faith in yourself and your vision? Will you choose to take consistent action towards your dreams? The choice is yours, but I urge you, choose wisely, because these choices will shape your reality. Remember, you are the author of your life story. You have the pen in your hand. What will you write? Will it be a story of dreams deferred and opportunities missed? Or will it be a story of bold vision, unshakable faith, and relentless action? I believe in you. I believe you have greatness within you. I believe you have the power to create an extraordinary life. So dream big. Believe in yourself. Take action. Imagine the impossible. Have faith in the invisible. And watch as your reality transforms before your very eyes. You have the power. You have the tools. Now, it's time to use it. Go out there and create the life you've always imagined. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. So go out there and create something amazing. The world is waiting for your unique contribution. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Imagine, believe, act, and let the magic unfold. Thank you, and remember, the best is yet to come. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. First, understand that this journey of transformation is not always going to be easy. There will be challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you feel like giving up. But remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. The struggles you face are shaping you, refining you, preparing you for the success that awaits. Second, be patient with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a dream life. Give yourself permission to be a work in progress. Celebrate your small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Third, surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn, that's me, often says you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who support your dreams, who challenge you to be better. These relationships can be the wind beneath your wings or the weight that holds you down. Choose the wind. Fourth, never stop learning. The day you stop learning is the day you start dying. Read books, attend seminars, seek out mentors, be curious, ask questions. The more you learn, the more you'll be able to imagine, the stronger your faith will become, and the more effective your actions will be. Fifth, give back. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. As you climb the ladder of success, don't forget to send the elevator back down for others. Share your knowledge, mentor others, contribute to causes you care. Not only will this enrich your life, but it will also give deeper meaning to yourself. And finally, enjoy the journey. Yes, keep your eye on the goal, but don't forget to savor the process. Life is not just about the destination. It's about the trip. Find joy in the little moments. Love deeply. Live fully. Remember, you have within you right now everything you need to achieve everything you've ever wanted. You have the imagination to dream it. You have the faith to believe it. You have the power to do it. So go forth and create your reality. Use these 3 magic steps, imagination, faith, and action, to sculpt a life that exceeds your wildest dreams. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and have the courage to pursue them. It belongs to those who understand that success is not about resources, but about resourcefulness. It's not about where you start, but where you're determined to go. You have the power. You have the tools. Now, it's time to use them. Imagine the life you want. Believe in your ability to achieve it. Take massive action to make it happen. Your future is waiting. Go out there and create it. Thank you, and remember, the best is truly yet to come.